All right, let's get this over with. We are 5-7. If this team wants to go ahead and win out and still make the playoffs, go ahead, but we're certainly not going to jump in on a game-by-game basis to try and hope that it happens. We're not going to waste our time. So again, if they want to figure it out, cool, but they can do it on their own time. Bengals made it 9. I mean, technically we're not done. Sportsman, I have no idea. I mean, technically we're not done, but I mean, again, I'm not gonna waste my time hoping to see it happen. And we'll just sim practice every week with our core 6 there. Maybe not necessarily our core 6, but 6 of our youngest and top players. We already know that we're likely losing J.D. Davison, but it's like, are we also losing Cole Johnson? You know, do we look... I mean, we still have 2 first-round picks left. Do we look to trade up? You know? Maybe we try to draft the guy that can be Colt's replacement, even if Colt comes back. We got options. That's all I'm saying. But right now, it would take one hell of a run. One hell of a run for this team to make the playoffs. Hello, Deke Slayer. I can't say it is, but it is the Tugi's very depressed because for some reason the team sucks stream. Let's see if we can beat Philadelphia. If we fall to 5-8, the dream's definitely over, as if it's not already. And we lose. That's it. That's it. No playoffs this year. Of course, we get a breakout player now, but this team can suck it. As we lose Mario Andrews for the rest of the season. I don't even know if I'm going to bother with the breakout player. Like, that's just the game, as they say over in the UK. That's just the game taking the piss. Hey, you know how your team didn't make the playoffs and you don't want to see the game anymore and you don't want to play? LOL. Well, you have a breakout moment. Now you have to play. I don't, actually. I don't. I can just give him what he would get if I did play. Which is probably what I'll do. I don't really care to see this team on field again this season, you know? Just inexplicably shit. If I could name that the stream title, I would. The Falcons, inexplicably shit. Roman Johnson gets better. Hopefully something happens here to kind of turn the mood around, because this is just a god-awful situation we find ourselves in. But Deke, how are you? How'd things go with the Lions? I obviously saw a little bit today. I know you said you wanted to try to play the beta there too. I don't know if you got around to that. Hopefully you did. Who's the breakout? It's the DT Johnson. We'll just see what happens. Roman Johnson. I'm going to sim it. If he gets the upgrade, cool. If he doesn't, I'm giving him the upgrade. I won't give him the XP, but I'm giving him the upgrade because, I mean, Jesus, what the hell. As we lose to Minnesota. We fucking lost to Minnesota. 5-9. 5-9. Like I said, I don't give a shit. We're giving Roman Johnson that upgrade. He's going superstar. I won't give him the XP boost. But, yeah, I'm not jumping in to save the day anymore this season, so screw it. I think now's the time where we play some of the prospects for the rest of the year. We did get a weekly award. It was Porter. A little sack and an interception. Yeah, I think now we look to play some of the young guys. We go from back-to-back Super Bowls to missing the playoffs. So again, it was Super Bowl, missed the playoffs due to injury. Super Bowl, and then missed the playoffs because the team sucked. Like, that's the only way to put it. This team, for some reason, sucked. And yes, we got rid of our own first. I banked on us to be able... We had 4 first-round picks, so we traded 2 to try to make sure we'd have the room to sign Colt. And one of the 2 was our own first. The other was Buffalo's. The Bills are at least going to make the playoffs. So, yeah. Duke Wilson, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we play our other younger quarterback, Dale, or not for the rest of the season. Maybe we just have Colt sit out. Beverly will probably sit out for some of the other younger guys. I think that's all we can really do now is just play the youth and see if certain guys develop, at least to a reasonable extent. But, I mean, we got 3 games left. We're not going to make the playoffs. I mean, our pick already isn't our own. So, what do we got to lose by just playing some of the youth? And, yeah, trying to get a breakout moment in one of the final 2 games of the season. What do we got to lose? All right. So, roster, depth chart. I think we might indeed bench Colt for the rest of the season. Let's go with Evan Dale. Rookie out of Pittsburgh will be our starter. Beverly has been good this season, but we're going to try like hell to get one of the 3 younger guys a chance. A breakout opportunity. Peters will stay at fullback. That's fine. We'll try to get Monk in there just in case. Wide receiver wise, we're gonna make Burse and then Andrews over Hardwick. Again, just to try to get a breakout. Mario Andrews is still hurt. Tight end wise, we'll play William Ward as our number 1 over Kyle Pitts. On the O-line, Cartwright's fine. Lehman is fine. Blackburn and Verdon. I think what we'll do... we're fine there, to be honest. Defensive line, of course, Austin is already hurt. Austin's already hurt. Let's get Roman Johnson in there. And then J.D. Davison can suck it. Because he's probably out of here anyway. Let's get Simmons as the starter there. And we'll move Woodard down to the defensive line, as is pretty much the plan. DT. It'll still be Knighton and then Johnson and McDaniels. Crash, we love you. Take it easy. Give yourself a good one, frienda. Let's see, we got Porter, Weston, and Brown. Simmons is there. Let's get Weston in as the starting linebacker there. We'll swap him with Brown. And then at corner, we'll get Westbrook in over Thomas and McKee. Honestly, Junior Boone as well. Thomas, you take a seat for the rest of the year, buddy. Let's try to get a breakout moment for one of those 2. And then Bernard can sit for Verdon. And we'll still have Espinoza play. Let's see what happens. I mean, we literally can't lose anything at this point. It's already been just an outright disaster. We'll play the 9-5 Bucks, who have caught up to the Panthers for the division lead, and we lose 41-19. No surprise. No surprise we lost there. You got one more chance for a breakout moment. I never thought, I legitimately never thought we would have been in this situation of missing the playoffs. Maybe, get eliminated once we're in the playoffs, but missing the playoffs, never would have thought. Never, ever, ever would have thought this is where we'd be right now. Whatever, get 5 sacks can be the goal. Doesn't make too much of a difference. What we get for the upgrades? Gil Burst gets better. Better as a physical option. Again, hopefully he turns into the next Hardwick. Kalen Porter gets better. He's up to an 83. Falcons pull the Falcons in IRL move. Pretty much, yeah. Michael Westbrook. Don't know if he'll be a long-term corner or a safety. He was drafted as a safety. Connor Brown at linebacker. A lot of the young guys that we put into a more prominent role on the depth chart getting upgrades here. Brown is still hidden. Sean Rhodes, make him better as a pass protector. Chuck Bankston, the depth owned lineman, he's probably gone at the end of the year, depending on what we look like money-wise. Evan Dale, who we gave first game at QB to, he's up to a 65. And Alex Blackburn at center. Gets better. 94. All right, penultimate game of the season. It is against the 8-7 Miami Dolphins. 92 overall team. We lose to Miami as well. Pick up an injury, and it's Razor who's out for the rest of the year. So no breakout moments. We might as well put our starters back in, but wow. At least when we missed the playoffs a few years ago, it's because we were hurt. We had probably the best team in the league on paper. And this is like Tampa. This is like Tampa losing to Columbus. It's like, how seriously do you react, or do you just keep it together? And hopefully it turns around next year. It's pretty much the situation we're in. Very, very rough. Final upgrades for the regular season. It's Mac Weston, who is up to a 78. Star dev for Mac, of course. We already knew that one. So, let's go ahead, just auto-reorder the depth chart. And we'll give Colt what could be his last home game here. It's against Jacksonville. We're 5-11. And we win 28-21. So that's it. The playoffs. It'll be Kansas City as the #1 seed. The Jets and Dolphins play, as do the Steelers, Bengals, Jags, and Bills. On the NFC side, the Lions are the #1 seed. Football team and Packers, Panthers, Cowboys, Niners, and Bucks. So, there you go. The current playoff situation. We got our final upgrades here, most of which I imagine is practice squad. J.K. Scott, probably won punter of the year. I don't know if he's coming back. 33 years old. Nicholas Banks at wide receiver here. He's up to an 80. And really good starting overall, but no breakout moment. Philip Cartwright, he's up to an 80. Not too bad. And George Hayden at safety is up to a 78 after his rookie season. Auto upgrade the rest because they were practice squatters. And in terms of staff moves, what has been done? Ron Rivera fired. Sean McVay fired. Tom Peters fired. Mike Tomlin fired. Cliff Kingsbury fired. Frank Reich fired. If we were to sign anybody else, it would be Sean McVay. We're not going to fire a 3-time Coach of the Year for one bad season. That doesn't make sense. It would be more detrimental than anything. Again, we can't get down to unlocker. It's just, there's no chance in hell. Again, none of these matter because we can't do it anyway. Yeah, we're going to be significantly short. Significantly short. Thank God, do I need to get both? Oh my God, yeah, you need to get like all 3. Or at least 2 out of 3. Yeah. As mentioned, significantly short. Alright. Well, I've never wanted to do this less, but let's take a look at the stats on the year. Colt, 4,000 yards, 32-16. Evan Dale, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks in the games that he played. Beverly, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns. Colt had 7 touchdowns on the ground. And Denzel Fields with 5. Nobody else had a rushing touchdown this year. Hardwick, 90 receptions, 1,200 yards. Ramon hit almost 1,000. Both of them had 10 touchdowns on the year. For the O-line, only one guy in double digits. That's good. Defensively, 139 tackles for Porter, 100 for Espinoza. Sack leader was JD with 12. And the pick leader was Kalen Porter with 3. A middle linebacker was our interception leader. Jimmy Knox, 13 of 14. And you might say, hey, that's pretty good. But obviously that shows, too, that we couldn't rely on him to kick as many field goals because he doesn't have the same amount of range. Passing-wise, Cam June in Detroit, the most yards. Jordan Love and Roy McDonald in Seattle. Dak as well at his advanced age, all over 5,000 yards. And what would have been if we brought Keontae Jefferson home? Touchdown leader, Cam June. 50 touchdowns for the Detroit Lions with just 14 picks. They had him as an understudy for quite a while. He went off. Roy McDonald, 39-8. Dak, 39-9. Interception leader, though, was Keontae Jefferson. Rushing-wise, yardage king was Joe Mixon, of course, now in Houston. McCaffrey behind him. Touchdown leader was Mixon with 20. McCaffrey had 19. Receiving-wise, the reception king was Morgan Peters in Detroit with 102. Adam Troutman was the only other guy to break 100. Yardage king was Christian Kirk, 2 more yards than DK Metcalf. And the touchdown king was Devin Sermons in Detroit. How old is Mixon? He's up there. 34. You were close. On the O-line, worst O-lineman in the league. Andrew Thomas allowed 26 sacks. Jesus. Defensively, Porter with the most tackles in the league, 1 more than Crosby. Sack leader was Nick Bosa with 20. Beat Chase Young by half. And the pick leader, Fred Warner and Daryl Cobb with 6 each. Max McClure. So Max McClure was a free agent that we had on the roster in the preseason. And I said, we have Jimmy Knox. And he fucking went off for Buffalo. 22 of 22. Damn. How's the stream? Swizz, unfortunately, it was a really rough season. Does the Terminator become it for retirement? The ex-Terminator. Well done, Pi. Thank you for the bits. How you been? How am I liking Madden? Madden's okay, but it is, at least it looks a little bit better now after the patch, but it has been a pretty buggy mess. So with that, we move on to free agency and the re-sign phase. And the question is, quarterback, what will it be? No idea on the scouting update. Let's get a look at the playoffs here. Dolphins beat the Jets. Steelers beat the Bengals. Bills beat the Jags. Chiefs beat the Dolphins. And Bills beat the Steelers. So it's Chiefs and Bills. Football team beat the Packers. Cowboys beat the Panthers, who still can't get out of the first round. Tampa beats San Fran. Washington beats Tampa. And Dallas beats Detroit. So your final 4, KC and Buffalo, Dallas and Washington. Poor Detroit. My God. Poor Detroit. The Soupy Boopy will be between Washington and Kansas City. Washington and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 64. We look at the yearly awards. MVP, Joe Mixon at 34 years old, beat Cam June. Coach of the Year, Roy Henkel in Detroit. And then we know what happened. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Joe Mixon. Defensive Player of the Year, Ed Oliver. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Terrell Allison. All right, Pi, that's enough. Thank you, though. And Defensive Rookie of the Year was Nick Daniels in Tennessee. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Cam June. Defensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa. Davison finished 5th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Mitchell Holiday, just beating Denzel Fields. And Defensive Rookie, Eric Leary. Westbrook was 3rd. For top quarterback, we didn't even have a top 7 finish. Just a gut-wrenching season. Absolutely horrific for the Falcons. Inexplicable, really. Defies logic, but that is the Madden Sim engine, I suppose. I would have preferred us to get to the playoffs and lose. At least get to the playoffs. Like, outright embarrassing to not even make the playoffs, you know? Just embarrassing. The winner of the Super Bowl. Will it be the Chiefs? Will it be the football team? The answer is the Washington football team wins Super Bowl 64. Terry McLaurin, MVP. Their 4th title in history. We sent Terry back to Washington to make room for Hardwick as a number 1. And Terry returns. I mean, I'm happy for Terry. I am. But it hurts as Kansas City loses another Super Bowl. Maybe they'll pick a name by then, yeah. The football team, led by Chase Young, Terry McLaurin, who's still really good, Isaac Sapp at corner, Marquise Brooks, Dalvin Cook. I mean, it's obvious. And Baker Mayfield, for God's sakes. Hardwick has 2 titles as number 1. Oh, yeah, I mean, it was the right choice, and it allowed other guys to develop, but it's painful. And obviously, we had a significantly better team. No, they weren't carrying 5 quarterbacks. Practice squatters got signed. In terms of staff moves, we'll see what happened. Mike Tomlin to the Chargers. Tom Peters to Baltimore. That's it. Still a lot of talent out there for old head coaches. So, moment of truth here as we move into the re-sign phase. We'll look at player retirements. Dalvin Cook retires as a champion. Isaiah Wynn, Cody Ford. I'm obviously going to read every name. Chris Godwin, Debo, O.J. Howard, Joe Mixon retires. Laramie Tunsil, Alvin Kamara. Jalen Ramsey, Calvin Ridley retires as a Raider. Hunter Henry retires. Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith. Austin Hooper, Joey Bosa is gone. That's how far into this we are now. Darius Leonard, get vaccinated, you fucking idiot. I need to learn more, because idiot. God damn. Jack Conklin. Aaron Jones is gone. DJ Shark. Michael Gallup. Kendall Fuller. Carl Lawson. Jonnu Smith. Jabril Peppers. Garrett Bradbury. Former Falcon, of course, in this run. Chase Winovich. A lot of retirements. J.M. Brown's gone. There we go. So here it is. 7 players have expiring deals. We would have to franchise tag Colt Johnson or J.D. Davison. It's one or the other. And obviously we're going to side with Colt over Davison. I mean, you would think. Scott. I mean, I don't know how much money J.K. wants. $4 million. We have to make the decision on who gets the franchise tag, and then we can see who we can keep. So it's either keeping the now 29-year-old Colt Johnson. Again, top 6 quarterback in the league. In terms of seasons, I mean, again, really, that would have been like 8 or 10 interceptions instead of 16. But he is a 3-time champion with us. Also good for like 5 to 7 rushing touchdowns a year. Here's the thing. We don't have a natural replacement for Colt. We do have a natural replacement for J.D. Davison. We do. We have linebackers that we need to move over to make space for anyway. So, I mean, the idea is we could trade Colt, but here's the thing. Again, left edge will be Austin. We have Knighton and Johnson at DT with Dev Patterns. And then at linebacker, Porter, Weston, Brown, Woodard, and Simmons. 5 guys for 4 spots. Move Woodard down to replace Davison. And there we go. So we are going to try to franchise tag Colt. It would... You know, that's not that expensive. JD would be 21. In terms, how much salary do we have? That would be all but $6 million of our cap room. There's nobody major that we have to re-sign anyway. We can afford to let go of Vernon. We gotta do it. Yeah, it's a one-year deal. We franchise tag Colt Johnson for $40 million. J.D. Davison, I will remember you. You were one of the freaks that went to X Factor. You have been a phenomenal player. Trust me, we have looked at getting a quarterback to replace Colt. The problem is quarterbacks all go in the top 5 to top 10. I mean, JD, really solid player. 4 times finished with double digits in sacks. But ultimately, it's really, really good too at playing the entire season. But unfortunately, we got to let him go. 24th overall back in 2023. J.D. Davison is outright gone. And in terms of money, we're going to let go of J.K. Scott for the moment. We'll look to go younger, maybe through the draft. J.K. is gone. Leverette Castile, we'll let him go. Nate Carson, we'll let him go. Chris Vernon and Trent Verdon, we're gonna let everybody go. We're gonna let everybody go. Just got back from a football game that was delayed by 3 hours. Jesus. Dynamite's coming to an arena. It's like 2 miles away. Should you go? Yes. Yes, you should. So Colt Johnson stays. Everybody else that was there is gone, including J.D. Davison. In terms of free agents, we technically, for the first time in a long time, have cap room to work with. Sam Darnold's out there, but he's 33. Baker, fresh off of a Super Bowl, is a free agent. Stephen Columbus. He's not the guy to replace Colt. Not at 25 and an 81. We could go better. Plus, we'd have to compete with Dallas. Obviously, the Colt replacement's not there. If you can't beat him, get him to join you. Do we sign Christian McCaffrey to a one-year deal? Nick Chubb is there. Braden Smith. Fucking hell. We might have to consider that. Wide receivers, Josh Thomas, who again turned us down to go to New Orleans a few years ago. How'd that work out for you, Josh? How'd that work out for you? We won Super Bowls in that time. Raheem Wilbon looks like a freak. 25, 88 star dev. I mean, we don't need him, though. He's basically as good as Mario Andrews. And he's expensive as hell. The only reason to pick up Wilbon would be if we're trading Hardwick, and I don't care if Hardwick's 30. We're not trading Hardwick. There's no way. I get that might be a better deal for the future, but yeah, no, there's no way. Same with Tyreek Webster. We're not doing that. Tight end, we're good. Again, the idea of signing McCaffrey's funny, but it doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to just run Fields or draft another running back. On the O-line, Orlando Brown. Obviously don't need him. Michael Onwenu is there. Creed Humphrey, who is now 32. Nate Davis. And then Christopher Vernon will get some good money somewhere. Here's the question. Do we make a play for J.D. Davison? I don't even know if we can afford him. We might have to. Oh, gee, you beautiful, handsome son of a bitch. How are you, buddy? How was the NHL 22 talk? Was it everything that you hoped for? Guys, I think we have one move that we can make here, and it makes all the sense in the world. As Ski extends their subscription through October. Ski, thank you for that. Or could it be Sky? I'd feel silly. You should feel silly if that's how you actually pronounce it. We have one move to make here. Number one, we could re-sign Harrison Butker and J.K. Scott. I'm going to make a play for J.D. Davison to keep him. There is no reason not to. I know he said he didn't want to resell. Oh my God, never mind. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. Oh my God. How? Yeah, okay, never mind. All right. Yeah, I just noticed actually we only have $3 million in cap room. Okay, well, we're out. To the draft we go. We can't do a damn thing in free agency. Not a goddamn thing. Oh my God. Z-Pops, you get some sleep, buddy. But yes, get tickets to Dynamite. 100% not Scott. I'm just saying, man, I've seen some weird names on Twitch where someone's name is literally spelled like... I'm trying to think... Adam. A-Day. A-D-A-M. And they said, no, it's not Adam, it's Adam. And they got offended and left. That happened. That happened. Because I kept calling him. I kept saying, yeah, whatever, Adam. And then he got mad and he left. So you never know with people. That's all I'm saying. Am I drafting a punter? Yeah, we're going to have to. We're going to have to. Unless, Adam. Yeah, JD rejected. Shocker. We'll see where he ended up signing. Unless we have money left over. Unless we have money left over, we're pretty much going to have to draft a punter instead of signing a veteran. Because again, Butker and J.K. Scott are up there in age now. There are two quarterbacks, Cade Butler and Craig Lucas. What about Colt would have gotten on the open market? A lot. Hugh White, third fastest running time. Wentworth was fourth, or Whitworth, excuse me. Fuck it. Let's just stick with the same scouting option. I was gonna say I could start looking at combine scores, but at this point, still, let's just look through the third and fourth round like we do. It's been really good for us to find steals this way. Whew. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten 40 mil on the open market. He got 40 mil because it was a franchise tag. There's no way he would have gotten 40 mil. So, I mean, yes, the option was there to not franchise tag him for 40 mil and then risk it and sign him as a free agent, but we would have had to make that decision before I traded away 2 first-round picks to free up space to keep Colt, you know? That decision would have had to have been made a while ago. And it's just not the way that we played our cards. So, all right, the end of free agency. Let's see where everybody went. In terms of top signings, Michael Onwenu to the Minnesota Vikings. J.D. Davison goes to Tennessee. At least he changed conferences. Gets a $54.6 million deal with a $30 million bonus. Jesus Christ. Josh Thomas went to the Jets, so he also leaves our division. Yes! McCaffrey leaves! Oh, thank you, Jesus! Christian McCaffrey finally leaves Carolina. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. If we can't get him, at least he went to an AFC team. Nick Chubb to the Patriots. Braden Smith to Tennessee. That awesome receiver, Raheem Wilbon, went to Indy. Man, Baltimore stacking up. Christian Kirk did go to Carolina, though. Nate Davis, Tyreek Webster, so. Sam Darnold goes to Cincinnati. Jarius Sneed also goes to Titans. Are really stocking up there. And Baker Mayfield goes to Dallas. So with that, the draft, again, apparently, for the first time. One more time, everybody, because we didn't know the last time was going to be the last time. Pull the pin. Flashbang. Out. Come on. Don't fix it. Leave it forever. Ah, they fixed it. The flashbang is dead. Just like my hopes and dreams of this team winning anything. Now, we did pick up the Giants' first-round pick next year. They have the #1 pick this year. We have the 2nd overall pick. What? Whose was that? Huh? How did we get the 2nd? Oh, Indianapolis. Oh, Indy, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. And we have the 20th pick from Cincy. Now the question is, the Giants. Oh my God, we would have had the 4th pick. I traded away the 4th overall pick and the 30th overall pick, though. We would have had 2, 4, and whatever else. We would have had 2, 4, 6, 8. No. But we would have had 2, we would have had 4, we would have had 20, and we would have had whatever the fuck that Bills pick was. But again, even though the Giants do now have the 4th pick and the 30th because of us, we have their first rounder next year. So if they're shit again, this could work out. But we have the number 2 overall pick. Let's take a look at the draft board. God damn it, we could have had 2 and 4. But instead we kept Colt. So hey, it is what it is. For quarterbacks, there are 4 that are worth drafting. Maybe 5 with Tyler Busch. This guy has a 6? A 6? What? How? He's not even that fast. Jesus. So Carlos Haynes, who again will go way earlier than he should. I don't dare take him. There's Cade Butler. Strong arm out of Auburn. 26 reps. Mid-first round talent. And then Craig Lucas is a late first round talent, but he ran a 4.57. So honestly, Lucas or Butler could be the future quarterback of this team. There's Emmett Aldridge as well, who ran a 4.61. All right, let's pin everybody on the board, and we'll see what we got, and take it from there. Running back wise, I mean, yeah, again, the chat's calling for Lucas. I don't blame you. The question is, though, are the New York Giants going to take a quarterback with that first pick, you know? We don't know. We don't know. Again, someone like Andrew Saban. Oh, yeah, I don't trust him at that speed. I mean, he's 6'4". Yeah, see, again, like a guy with a second-round talent, like quarterbacks end up being good. I don't trust that Saban would be good. Even though he's got the jumping and the reps, I think that's just too big of a risk. And as it is, he's not likely to fall. Left tackle was number 1 on the board. True. Yeah, see, I'm going to... We've done well. I'm not going to change the formula and magically hope that a receiver that I really have no realistic shot of drafting is actually going to be good, you know? No point in changing up our formula. Tight end-wise, if we were to take anybody here, it really wouldn't be any of them. On the O-line, Chris Glover is the projected number 1 pick of this draft. Again, we're going to get our draft board together and then see what we got from there. Jeff Beck. Yes, and you'll be happy to know I made a joke there, although that joke might be more suited for Deej. I don't know. Centers. It's looking rough this year. Right guard. And anybody with a 6 or better will at least get on the board. I can't believe I traded away the 4th pick to keep Colt. Imagine, though, had we elected to just let go of Colt, we would have the 2nd and 4th overall pick. But hey, hindsight's a bitch, right? Hindsight's a bitch. I do not trust anybody there in terms of an edge rusher. Yeah, this doesn't look like a great draft for edge rushers. Except here, perhaps in the first round. He's got the speed and the strength, but nothing else. Yeah, I'd want closer to a 7. Again, we can really only look for top talent at this stage. Keep this team a-running. A lot of defensive tackles in this draft. A lot of DTs. Linebackers. Obviously, we ended up with a lot of linebackers last year. Middle linebackers, decent amount. I'd take like a 6'8" or better for me to add you to the board. And linebackers again. This is 6'6", and Mateo Santos at corner. Looks like a great draft for corners. Very good draft for corners. We are pretty stacked in the secondary, though, so don't know if that's worth the risk. Safeties. 7-2, Titus Richards. Jesus. Somebody else approaching a 7? No. For kickers, best combine scores, I mean, it would be one of those 3, and then for punters, maybe one of those 2. So, again, we have the 2nd overall pick. Quarterbacks that are interesting. There's Rashad Adams, who could be taken later in the draft just for the fact that he has a 6.0, but let's be honest, it's probably because of the jumping. It's probably because of the jumping. There's Tyler Bush out of Colorado State, who would just be a long shot if everyone else were to go and we don't take a QB early. There's Craig Lucas, who does look like a beast. I mean, let's be honest, it's between Lucas and Butler. Emmett Aldridge, though, is pretty fast. Aldridge isn't that bad. Aldridge is pretty solid. Haynes is obviously more of a pocket option, but he's not bad either. And then it's between Lucas and Butler. Again, Lucas has the speed. He's got a decent arm, 17 reps. Cade Butler, projected as a mid-first rounder, doesn't have the speed, but he has a cannon of an arm. And I love the idea of a scrambling quarterback, especially in Atlanta, but a guy with a cannon of an arm for over-the-top throws. Running backs. Let's see who we got. That's a no. He has the speed and the power, but I don't like the lack of agility. Well, 29 reps, ran a 4.48. He's not going to be able to replace who we have, so no. That guy's definitely a no. Let's go with Jalen Anderson. I'm going to say no to him as well. Delvin Johnson, nope. Kevin Quinn, no. And Devin Allen, no. Max Washington, it's going to be a no. Early first round talent or not a fan of that combine at all. Matt Long, it's going to be a no. Sheldon Glenn, that's a no. And Alan Parnell. All right, cool. So there's not a single running back that I like. Not a single one. Wide receivers. Tevin Fox. No. Alex Simmons. Has the wow, 4.28. Has the speed and the agility. I'm a little bit worried about the vert and the bench, but I mean, in terms of the speed and agility, he's there. I mean, running back wise, like I said with Washington, like, he doesn't really have anything. And then Matt Long, he doesn't really have anything. But for the wide receivers, at least, I know that guy is a deep threat, but obviously, like, you turn him into like the ultimate slot option, basically. Like, if you get him on an underneath throw, he's taken off. You know, you don't try to beat the safeties with him, but you use him as a slot option. Polk has the speed, has the jumping. 6'5", ran a 4.4. That's an interesting player. Dominic Whitfield, not fast, but agile, decent jump. Well, 4.46. Pretty good agility. He's not too bad either. Dudley Albury. Ran a 4.45. Again, another big guy, not bad. Nate Graham, 6'5" with a 41-inch vert. All right, this is a class of either shortman or tallman. And then there is Max Flemings, who's not incredible. But, goddamn. So Albury's listed as a mid-first rounder. Whitfield's an early. Polk is listed as a late. And Simmons is a mid. And I do agree, there's something about Whitfield. We'll see what happens there. We don't have an extreme need at wideout. Very good potential for trading up in this draft. Larry Holloway has everything but the strength. Interesting. Will Minor. Everything but the strength, pretty much. Terrence Reed. Solid. Early second rounder. Best combine grades. And Amari Floyd. Also not bad. Again, we don't have an extreme need for any tight ends, but they're all worth taking. Chris Glover might be the #1 pick. Wouldn't be for me. The thing is, he's 21. Chris Glover has a really good chance of having a really good dev pattern. But Like, he doesn't have elite agility, he doesn't have elite strength, he doesn't have elite speed. I wouldn't risk it necessarily. But early first round talent, projected to go number 1, he'd probably be great. Jake Mays, wouldn't go for him either. Marco Moore, wouldn't go for him either. Vaughn Bradshaw, nope. Greg Sherrills, nope. And Tyrone Amos. At least has the strength, but no. Jeff Beckett, left guard. Yes, I'd take him over that other guy. Jeremy O'Neal, not bad. Both were late first, if I'm not mistaken. And Zaire Stinson is a no. At center, Tory Nails. Could be decent, maybe. Yeah. Right guard, Jerry Lay. Not strong enough. And Doug Holcomb. No. Tyler Hartwell. No. Kenny Snow. No. And Emmett Mullins. No. Can we look for the complete package on the O-line, or we just don't go for it? There are options to fill out the team elsewhere. Rakeem Wilkinson. Not bad. Mateo Magana. Fucking fantastic. Late first rounder. Magana was a mid-first rounder, right? Yeah. Telvin Newman. Not bad. And Jeremy Dixon. Trash. So only 3 natural D linemen. Acceptable edge rushers at least. And then defensive tackle Quincy Webster. No. Bill Foster. Honestly, not terrible. 40 reps could be a late shout. Guys to replace Davison. We already have a built-in replacement. Doug Spellman's a beast. Anthony Harris is a beast. Early first-round talent as well. Marion Taylor. Not bad. Early second-rounder. Tevin Bush, that's a no. Rashawn Stevenson, that's a no. Marco Jowers, that's a no. So Anthony Harris at DT is interesting.
Oh,
Spellman not the number 1 guy? No idea. Scrub Washy. Thank you for the follow. I like Harris, though. And Spellman, for that matter. Linebackers, Colin Hardiman. That is a no. Brandon Meeks. That is a no. Brian Abbott. Yes. Don Bruce. Yes. Daryl Springs. Yes. Oh my god, he's a beast. Ben Leverette. A little bit too weak, but not bad. Quincy Odom, that's a no. And Brandon Young at a Notre Dame is a little bit too slow. Everything else is decent. Leverette, late first rounder according to our scout. Late first rounder. Late first rounder. Mid first rounder. And then on the outside, Jamal Gallery has everything but the strength. Tony Keys, too slow, not strong enough. Aaron Starks, nope. Daniel Pierman, no. And Mateo Santos, no. So one right outside linebacker we take. At corner, Nick Jenkins, too slow. Too slow. You could argue move him over to a safety, but I'd rather just find a natural safety, because his agility's not that great either. Just that he's strong and can jump. Isaiah Hartwell, too slow. I mean, a 4.47's not that bad, but I think our picks would be better suited elsewhere. Shelton Nelson. Keelan Newsome. Again, could move him over to safety, but no. Braden Harmon. Like, I need someone where it's got to be undeniable, because we're already stacked in the secondary. Like, you have to be undeniable. Emmanuel Barrett. Undeniable. That's the type of corner we're taking if we take a corner in this draft. Jimmy Bullock is out. Mitch Powers. Doesn't have the agility. Anthony Tate. Way too slow. Bud Burrell. No. And Felix Moore. No. So one corner I'm interested in out of Memphis. Emmanuel Barrett. And then at safety, Charles Wilburn. It's good. Tamar Routes. I'm going to say no. A bit too slow. Oscar Gates. I'd rather have someone lack a bit of strength. Jimmy Favors. Can't really jump, but he is fast. But he is strong. We'll leave him there. And then Titus Richards. Hello, Titus. Not bad. And then strong safety, the last position we have to check. Thomas Cohen is a beast for the most part. Jamison Crowther. A little bit too slow for my likings. Everything else is good, but I'm going to say no, even though he's 21. And then Nathan Tompkins. We'll leave him. Titus is only 5'9", though. I mean, I ran a 4.4. Straight fours. That could still be a corner. So, I'm interested. And then kickers, obviously, if we were to sort it here, Lucas Byer is 24. Parker Griffith is 22. And then Cole Porter is also 22. And for punters, Cam Martin is 22. Benjamin Barnett is 23. So, the New York Football Giants have the #1 pick of this draft. It's so weird to not have to deal with the white screen anymore. I can't believe they actually made this fucking mode stable. Who do the Giants have at quarterback? They still have Daniel Jones, now 33 years old. There are 2 quarterbacks I like that could take over for Colt Johnson long term. Let's see who the Giants pick, I think. I think we leave it up to chance. They might not even take one. The 2 quarterbacks, you have Cade Butler, who is much more of a prototypical strong-arm QB. And then there's Craig Lucas. Fast, does have A+ throw power despite the bench not necessarily being locked in. But Craig should be there because he's projected late first. The only question is Butler, who's projected early first. Do the Giants take Cade Butler first overall? The answer is no. They take the tackle, Chris Glover. So, let's kind of take inventory here on who we like the most. I know you guys are going to say Lucas. That's not what I mean. I just want to say or see who all of our options are. So, again, at quarterback, it's Butler or Lucas. If not, fucking both, for God's sakes. Wide receiver-wise, Dominique Whitfield was an interesting one. I mean, he's 5'10", only ran a 4.4. I don't really like Dominique Whitfield. I know he has the highest projected talent. There was Alex Simmons at 5'8", who could be like the ultimate slot option. You had Dudley Albert. Basically, though, I wouldn't consider taking any of these guys #1. But there are some interesting damn players there for sure. Or second overall, I should say. Is there anybody else who we consider taking with this pick? Jeff Beck would be available later on in the draft. Is there anybody else who we might consider? Mateo Magana. We could get later. There's Raheem Wilkinson. We could get him later. Anthony Harris. Problem is, we really don't need another defensive tackle. We don't. We already have 2 DTs that have at least a good dev pattern in Knighton and Johnson. And neither are necessarily good enough to move to the edge. So, DT is stacked, but we don't need a DT. Middle linebacker was Brian Abbott. We could get him later. Jamal Gallery. We could get him later. Barrett is projected for the 2nd round, so we could get him later. Wilburn's projected in the 3rd goddamn round, so we could certainly get him later. I mean, there's no doubt. If we draft anybody here, it's a quarterback. If we draft anybody, it's a quarterback. So the question is it Cade Butler out of Auburn, the 22-year-old with a cannon of an arm, or do we take Craig Lucas out of Oklahoma State? You could say you could get him later, but that's not how the draft works for quarterbacks. Does have the throw power. The bench isn't as much, but he is the most mobile quarterback in this draft. It's a risk to take a quarterback 2nd overall when we're paying someone like Colt $40 million for 1 year, but chat wants Lucas. Aside from danger. I see you, danger. Again, we would have had the 4th pick as well. Craig Lucas, out of Oklahoma State, is the pick. If he's normal dev, we're fucked. If he's normal dev, we're fucked. That's all I can say. 74 hidden dev. 32nd in true value. We take him 2nd overall. At least it's hidden dev. The overall's a little bit lower than what I was hoping for. 90 throw power, 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 90 agility, 94 change of direction, incredible stamina, great injury resistance. He is basically Colt Johnson 2.0. He is Colt Johnson 2.0. In terms of our ability to trade up, we really can't. Especially back into the top 10. We can't do it. We just can't. 3rd overall, the Vegas Raiders selects 69 quarterback Carlos Haynes. 4th overall, with the Atlanta Falcons pick, the New York Football Giants select quarterback Cade Butler. To hold on to Colt Johnson, we handed Cade Butler to the New York Giants, as well as a left tackle. The 77 rated #1 overall pick. I might have just rebuilt the New York Giants. Due to our cap issues, I'm pretty sure I just rebuilt the Giants. 5th overall, Baltimore selects 71 tackle Nick Davenport. 6th overall, Tennessee takes 77 corner Nick Jenkins. 7th, the LA Rams select 71 tackle Matt Baker. A lot of O-line desperation here. Seahawks at 8 select 74 wideout Andrew Sabin. 9th, the New England Patriots select 71 tackle Eric Hackett. Boy, this draft. Who's left on the board here? Obviously, the other quarterback we were considering is gone. The wide receivers. Now, Demetrius Polk was 6'5", ran a 4.40, great agility. He's still on the board for later. He has great jumping and strength at 21. The other big receiver is Dudley, who ran a 4.45, 39-inch vert. I mean, I think I like Polk more than I like Dudley. 39-inch vert, 18 reps. I mean, they're very close. It's just a slight speed advantage to Demetrius Polk. He's a year younger and taller. And then for a shortman, there's no doubt. Our top 2 receiver targets are Alex Simmons and Demetrius Polk. Short, small boy, tall, large man. You know, you get the point. So those 2 are interesting. Simmons, I mean, these guys are going to be mid to late round picks. We could hold off. We don't have to trade up to get one of those 2. And if one of them goes off the board, we do trade up to get the other. So we'll see. Tight end wise, no one we're considering. There's Jeff Beck, who we could get late in the round. O'Neal as well, we could get late in the round. There's Mateo Magana, who we could get late in the round, hopefully. He's clearly the best edge option. I mean, he and Rakeem Wilson. So we're fine there. The DTs, again, are great. Spellman's still there. Anthony Harris is still there. I mean, both of these DTs look fucking phenomenal, but it's probably the position that we have the least amount of need in. Middle linebacker, Abbott will be available. Probably mid to late. Gallery, same thing. Gallery's a mid-rounder. But again, we're already stacked at linebacker, too. There's Barrett, who will be a mid to late because of where he's projected. Wilburn. I think we're good. We don't have to trade up. We can still get some really good talent in this draft if we just be patient. So 10th overall, the Chicago Bears select 73 linebacker Carlos Burrell. Philadelphia at 11 takes 73 edge Kevin Clifton. Denver at 12 takes 70 right guard Matthew Pope. Chargers at 13 take 75 linebacker Jamal Gallery, so that's one person off of our list. The Saints at 14 take 76 wideout Alex Simmons. So the fast man is gone. The small but fast boy, Alex Simmons, is gone. I want that other wide receiver. And I'm willing to work out a deal with the Cardinals to make it happen, to move up 5 picks. We want Polk. Honestly, if I'm taking Polk, then someone like Nick Banks is very much expendable. Because we have Hardwick, we have Burse, we have Andrews. So Nick Banks is very much expendable. They have interest, but how much? Not a ton, but we can make that work. Also, hey, you can trade right tackles now. Again, by the way, I didn't even notice earlier. It's a beautiful thing. Again, linebacker-wise, I just can't help but think. Because at linebacker, it's going to be Porter, Weston, Brown, and Simmons. There's no real space for a Phelps or a Beecham. And Phelps' dev pattern didn't go up. Woodard's going to be dropped to the D-line. I think we can also look to trade Dominique Phelps if they're interested. And they are. So we can shed some players that we don't really need. Shed some more cap space. Let's see if they're willing to add picks to the deal. We'll safety net it. Again, the value changes in our boosts are in effect. See if I add that 3rd rounder. What about just straight up? Okay. I mean, it's worth it. We clear out some players, and now we won't have to use as many draft picks. What if we use our 3rd? Again, we have like no late round picks here. It's going to take one of our seconds, but that means we get to keep the 20th pick, which I like. Or not. Might make sense to take Banks out. They're being difficult. They want that highest second. I'm willing to give it to them. Actually, 36 instead of 34. They want that 34th. So Banks, Phelps, and the 34th to move up 5 spots and also keep the 20th pick. Damn. All right, so we're going to have to move up from 20, which is fine. We'll take Phelps out of there. What do they think? Just give up Banks to move up 5 spots? Done deal. Could have gotten a little bit back in the deal, but we get rid of Nick Banks, who we don't need. And we will draft his immediate replacement in the wide receiver, known as Demetrius Polk, out of Utah. 6'5", ran a 4.4 with a 39.5-inch vert. How good is Demetrius Polk? Well, he is 21, but yep, it didn't work out. Hopefully he gets a boost, but that's unfortunate. It was 23. We took him at 15. He does have 91 speed and 92 jumping. If we can get him to break out, we're in good shape. Like, he is a freak athlete that we got to try to help develop into a top-notch wide receiver. I mean, Banks was 24 and wasn't going to break out at all. So I don't hate it. It's not a major W, though. It's not. With that, our ability to trade up is pretty stifled, unfortunately. Damn. Let's go ahead and sim. God damn it. I was going to say, let's go ahead and sim a little bit. We'll see what names are still on the board. Maybe we can get in at the end of the first round. Cleveland at 16 takes 76 middle linebacker Brian Abbott. Texans at 17 take 75 corner Isaiah Hartwell. Minnesota at 18 takes 71 middle linebacker Ramon Callaway. Jacksonville at 19 takes 75 middle linebacker Don Bruce. Arizona at 20 with the pick that we traded takes 72 quarterback Emmett Aldridge. Green Bay at 21 takes 75 corner Shelton Nelson. Niners at 22 take 75 DT Doug Spellman. Panthers at 23 take 72 DT Terrell Foster. Jets at 24 take 74 linebacker Ben McQueen. Dolphins at 25, 77 corner Keelan Newsome. Pretty much knew that was coming. We're still good at corner though. 26, the Bucks take 72 linebacker Tommy Perriman. Steelers at 27 take 76 linebacker Tony Keys. Lions at 28, 73 edge LaMarcus Moody. Cowboys at 29. Before that pick, let's take a look at who's still on the board here. Because Whitfield is still on the board. All he has is the agility, though, but he is an early first-round pick. Interesting. Jeff Beck is on the board. Jeremy O'Neal is on the board. Magana is on the board, as is Wilkinson and Newman. Anthony Harris, who I identify as my number 43 reps. He's 23, but good God. He's still on the board. Darryl Springs and Ben Leverette. Emmanuel Barrett. I viewed him as the top corner in this draft. He's still there. We might have to consider trading up here. But we have the second and the fourth. Honestly, I think we got to let the dominoes fall. We're still guaranteed. As West Coast also says hello. You guys have been far too kind tonight. Westy, what's going on, buddy? How was the stream? I hope you are well. It is draft time after I don't even know how to describe the past season. But old West Coast 22 on Twitch. Chat, give him a follow if you haven't. How was baseball, sir? I think we just deal with it. Like, we know we're going to get good players regardless. It's just a matter of who falls to us and who doesn't. But we're going for the overall approach here. I'm sure I'm going to regret not taking that corner, but it is what it is. 29th, Cowboys take 74 linebacker Justin Regan. Stoked to play Madden. They did fix a lot of the stabilization issues. It hasn't crashed. There's no flashbang grenade of a draft screen anymore. Whew. 30th. I think they're third or fourth pick already. I think they're third. The New York Giants, with another pick they got from us, take a corner, but it's not the corner. It's 72, Braden Harmon. So we're 3 picks away. The Chiefs at 31, who are fresh off of another Super Bowl loss, take 72, a wideout Byron Ramsey. And the Super Bowl champion Washington football team take 77, running back Max Washington. That's funny as hell. So the Giants were 1 pick away here. The New York Football Giants take 80 DT Anthony Harris. Fuck! Oh, I should have moved up 1 spot. That said, again, we don't need defensive tackles. We knew he was good. You could tell. 43 reps on the bench. You knew he was good. But yeah, Washington beat KC. They did, but Baker Mayfield, I believe, is their quarterback. Go figure. So, we will not end up with that DT. However, again, not really convinced by either of those wide receivers. We have our 2 best left guard options on the O-line. We also have the best edge rusher, who I don't even know if we need, but Mateo Magana's there. However, there's a guy that I identified as our top target here, I think. And that is Emmanuel Barrett. This kid looks like a stud. We might not need the most amount of help in the secondary, but he's unreal. Let me see if there's anyone with a first-round projection that matches it. Dominique Whitfield does, but again, we already took a wide receiver. We really don't have space for another. And then Dudley Alberry, definitely not. On the O-line, Jeff Beck was a late first-rounder. O'Neal was a late first-rounder. Then there's Mateo Magana. He was a mid. I believe Wilkinson was a late. Yep, okay. Linebackers, Springs was a late. At safety, Wilburn. So Charles Wilburn is the only guy so far that can really compete with that projection. Early first-round talent. So it's a corner or the safety. Emmanuel Barrett ran a 4.34 at 6'2". And the safety ran a 4.5. I think it's got to be the corner. I mean, Wilburn is sick, right? Ran a 4.54. Great vert, great agility. Hits like a truck. But this corner, man, ran a 4.34 at 6'2 with a 39-inch vert just about. It's got to be Emmanuel Barrett. If this kid's not a stud, then god damn it. You know, it is what it is, but we're taking Barrett. 9th in true value, we get him at 34, but he's normal dev. Again, like I just said a second ago, if he's not amazing, then goddamn, it is what it is. But that's pretty disappointing. That's pretty disappointing. 95 speed, 91 jumping. Again, at 6'2". It's another young, physical freak of an athlete. We'll see if the safety's still on the board. He could be next. Do the Raiders take him? They did not. So, it's not even a question. We're also going to take Wilburn, because he's still there. Why would we not? Charles Wilburn out of Alabama. Come on down. Oh my god. Oh, we got finessed. Both were 76 normal dev. Oh my god, I'm firing our scouts if I could. Well, they're good short-term depth. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Honestly, again, we're just gonna sim. Our next pick is the 12th pick of the round. We'll see who's left. Why not? And obviously we'll go back and recap. Oh my god, this draft is very concerning. Jeff Beck is still there. So, at this point, the wide receivers are gone. First rounder, we're looking at Jeff Beck. How do you have so many early picks? Do you trade your whole squad? I mean, it's because I'm the fucking best, Westy. Because I'm the best. I turn this into a prospect factory all the time. Just a constant cycle. Just a constant cycle. Magana is gone. Telvin Newman is there. I was really hoping Magana would be there. But Newman is there. He's in the running with Beck. Ben Leverette is also still there. Oscar Gates is probably the highest projected talent level left in the draft, but we really can't afford to do it. Although Thomas Cohen. I mean, in terms of the best guys left, it's Gates and Cohen. And oftentimes we do try to draft best available over need. And I think we're going to do the same here, because I'm not afraid to trade players. These two are projected as mid-first round talents. Gates ran a 4.56. He has the height advantage. So Gates is faster with a height advantage. Cohen has decent enough jumping. 6.79 and a 4.17. 14 reps on the bench. These two honestly equal each other out. So we could wait. Middle linebacker, there was Ben Leverette. I wish he was a little bit faster, but he is 21. I just wish he was a little bit faster and a little bit stronger. He has good agility, that's about it. You know, he gets caught in zone coverage or something, that could be a concern. Then there's Newman. Also 21. Not incredible numbers, but not horrific by any means. Or there was probably the best O-lineman in the draft, Jeff Beck, who did go to Georgia, and that seals it for me. We're going to take Jeff Beck. 74 overall, hidden dev for the 21-year-old. We finally get a goddamn guy out of Georgia. We finally get a Bulldog. 89 strength. Not bad. Not bad, Jeff. Not bad. Our next pick is 15th. And we have the 30th of the round, and that's it. We're gonna, I think. I don't know if we have any thirds left. So who's left here? Again, that was maybe a first round projection. So Telvin Newman is still on the board. Ben Leverette is still on the board. Oscar Gates is still on the board. Thomas Cohen still on the board. Obviously, we've already taken 2 options in the secondary in this draft, but they are the best 2 players available. There's Ben Leverette, who is the last linebacker left. Again, though, I'm a little bit concerned about the speed and the strength. And then Newman. Top skills are solid. Honestly, Newman might be the best option. Nate Graham projected in the second round. Again, this was another guy. Ran a 4.42. Really good jumping. Really can't afford to take another wideout. Especially Max Flemons, who would just be off of speed. It would be Nate Graham if we were to take a wideout. We really do not need a tight end. I don't think any of these guys are going to be phenomenal. I would be pretty surprised. And it just means we'd have to trade someone with star dev as it is, who's like an 81. So we're pretty much going to rule these guys out. On the O-line, I mean, Nails could be a late steal, probably just good depth. There's Newman. Again, Taylor and Foster are interesting at defensive tackle. There's Leverette at linebacker. Let's go for Leverette. Maybe. Oh, God, but I'm worried about the speed. He has good pursuit, but he just doesn't have high-end speed. It's not awful. Or we just go for who we think would be the best available. You know, I'm trading down. I don't have 100% confidence. As long as we end up with 1 or 2 of them, I'm okay. But right now, I'd rather trade down and try to get extra picks in this draft. We can trade down with Cincy and pick up an extra 4th. It's Akana with the raid as well. People have been far too kind. Kana, hello. How are you? I hope you are well. And we're looking for a 2030 second rounder. I know the Ravens are offering a first rounder next year. We already have first rounders next year, don't worry. Carolina's offering a 2nd, a 4th, and a 7th. I like that. I like that a lot. As are the Jets. Carolina's a little bit better. Mister, take it easy, buddy. We'll catch you later. 2nd, 4th, and 7th in Miami. I think everyone's in on this. Alright. Yeah, I am going to trade down here. We will take the deal from the Carolina Panthers. Pick up some extra picks in this draft. Why are we rebuilding? We're not. I mean, we didn't make the playoffs this year, but we won the last 2 Super Bowls prior to that. Alright, who's on our board? Ben Leverette's still there. Oscar Gates, Thomas Cohen. So the lineman's gone. So I think it's quite clear here that we take Ben Leverette. Flashbang is gone. So Ben Leverette, the middle linebacker out of Utah. 74 hidden dev. 21 years old, 29th in true value. We get him at 55. His speed at an 87 is honestly not as bad as I was thinking it might be. Welcome aboard, Ben Leverette. And we picked up extra picks, so it's great. That's a hell of a pickup for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Leverette. Next up. And our next pick isn't until the same time in the 3rd round. Oscar Gates is still there. The other guy's gone. We'll take Oscar Gates as well, out of Clemson. 75 normal dev at 22, but still a hell of a pickup for the second round. 18th in true value, we get him at 62. So the question is, how good was Cohen? But I mean, 89 speed at 6'2". We are replenishing our depth is the best way to identify this. So we ended up with Leverette and Gates over Cohen and Newman. And of course, we also end up with extra draft picks because of it. Let's see who's on the board here in the third round. And we are already to best guess territory. We definitely won't take Titus Richards, even though I think he could be sick. I mean, do we really need another safety? Honestly, we can trade down. We can trade down and stretch this out a little bit. We can trade down and stretch this out a little bit. We don't need to make this pick. Let's look for picks this year. So again, 20, 30, 4th rounder and 6th rounder from Cincy. It's a 20, 30, 4th and 5th, though, from Buffalo. I like that. So right now, a 4th and a 5th is the goal. Can anybody beat a 4th and a 5th from Buffalo? All picks this year. It's not looking likely. Not looking likely. Cool. We'll take that deal from Buffalo. We'll move down. Pick up some extra selections in this draft. We'll break out our best Belichick impression. So let's see who's left here. Pick number 23 of round number 4. And that guy who was projected to go in the 5th round is off the board, unfortunately. So if we were to take a DT, this would be the time to do it. Let's take Bill Foster. Also out of Auburn, 40 reps on the bench. Let's take Bill Foster. 70 normal dev. 89th in true value. We get him at 119. Good depth option for a 4th round pick. Nothing special. Nothing special. We go to our next pick. And indeed, we'll take Titus Richards out of Louisville. He's fast as hell. Bit short for a safety, but how good is Titus? You know, 66 normal dev isn't that bad for a 21-year-old, especially who was projected to go in the 7th round. That's actually a pretty good pick. I don't hate that. And now we're pretty much looking at a kicker and a punter. Maybe that fullback. How many pick? Yeah, so it's got to be kicker or punter here. We do have a good fullback, so there's really no reason to take Trevino outside of him being a Georgia Tech guy. Okay, we can get 2 of these guys here. Again, we do need a punter.
Oh, good for you!
From the rear. Pam, thank you for the follow, by the way. He's 23. That's going to be a no. So, kicker punter options. Lucas Bayer had the best combine, but he's 24. He's the best combine for kickers. That guy's 22. Porter's also 22. So the way I see it is Parker Griffith or Lucas Bayer at kicker. Punter-wise, Cam Martin, 22. Benjamin Barnett is 23, but had a slightly, actually, I mean, combine was actually worse. Let's go for Cam Martin out of Virginia. We'll take a punter in the 5th round. Why the hell not? 68 normal dev. Damn. Technically a good pick, but no crazy dev pattern. We might still be looking at bringing back a veteran. Think we'll look at bringing back a veteran here to help out the special teams. Final pick of the draft. I'm fairly happy with this draft. It wasn't a lights out moment. Let's go ahead and try Lucas Bayer. 66 normal dev. Okay. Well, a bit of a swing and a miss there. Why don't you trade into the 7th pick off 4? Because I don't want to. So our draft is done. We took the man who could ultimately replace one Mr. Colt, and that is Craig Lucas. We also got Demetrius Polk, Emmanuel Barrett, Wilburn. I mean, we had a damn good draft. Not everyone was lights out, but you look at the overalls, and we did pretty damn good. Check the dev on Cade. We're going to. Don't worry. I mean, I'm sure Cade's going to be better, but I'm not against the idea of letting chat pick there, you know? I'm sure Cade has a good dev pattern. Chris Glover was the #1 pick. Hidden dev, yeah, I had a feeling. His combine was a bit shaky, but that's a hell of a pick for the Giants. We took Lucas. Carlos Haynes, 69 hidden dev at 22. And then Cade Butler, 76 hidden dev. So he is 22. Lucas is 22. Butler starts off 2 overall points better. Again, speed-wise, it's not even a competition. Lucas, that's the advantage for Lucas. He's a lower overall, but he can run. In terms of throw power, 96 to a 90. So yeah, I mean, obviously, so here's the problem with Butler. Again, we knew he had a cannon of an arm. I was cool with going with him for the idea of just bombing over the top all the time, but it's okay. Davenport was a 71, Jenkins a 77. I don't really feel like, not only did they have your pick, but they picked the QB. They did, yes. How good was Saban? Normal dev, had a feeling. I don't want to sit here and check every player. If I go past somebody where you're like, hey, how good was that guy? Let me know. But for the most part, I think we're going to want to look at the same players. I mean, presumably, yeah, like some of these lower overall guys might have good devs. But I'm mainly intrigued by guys like Jamal Gallery, who, yeah, unsurprisingly, was good. How good was Alex Simmons? Wide receiver-wise, it would have been a miss regardless. That guy is fast as fuck, though. How good was Brian Abbott? Yeah, hidden dev. Had a feeling he was going to be good. Hartwell, Callaway, Don Bruce. We had a lot of these guys on our board. How good was Emmett Aldridge? Also hidden dev. Again, second-round pick quarterbacks are still typically pretty good. Doug Spellman, 75 normal dev. He looked like a god in the combine. Wow. I mean, if we had picked him, we would have been just as disappointed. It was Newsome, Tony Keys. Just getting a look at some of the overalls again. How good was Max Washington, the highest running back in the draft? He also wasn't that great. Anthony Harris. If only this was the draft where we needed a defensive tackle, we would have gone for him. But holy shit, yeah, 23, 80 overall hidden dev. The New York, I just built the New York Giants dynasty. But we did get Emmanuel Barrett instead, and that's sad. We were 1 pick away from getting that. Fuck. How good was Springs? Normal dev as well. We got Wilburn. How good was Wilkinson? Yeah, this draft could have gone a little bit better. Yeah, this draft could have gone a lot bit better. How good was Magana? Yeah, this draft really could have gone better. We did fine. But there was home run potential. And we did not hit the dinger. There was no dinger here. How good was Newman? Alright, have we seen enough? Because I've seen enough. How good was Cohen? Oh, thank God. He was on a normal dev, too. We had a good draft. Not a great draft, I think, is the best way to sum it up. You know? Round 3, highest rated pick was the 73 of Glenn. 4th round, couple of 72s. 5th round, there was a 71. 6th round. And then 7th round, 72 fullback Trevino. If he had a dev pattern, I would have just stopped. I would have walked out of this office and never come back. Oh no. We did fine. We did fine. I don't even know if I'd say we did great. We did fine. Glad to know it still crashes, though, once you get out of a draft, apparently. There it goes. Always lose the server connection. We did fine. It wasn't a home run. We did fine. Obviously, I'll probably switch over to F1 here in a minute and run a race or two. I will have this team set up as always heading into tomorrow. Ambient, what's going on? But you know, again, there's going to be a lot to change. There's going to be a lot to do. We lost J.D. Davison. And looking at this team, again, now Colt has pressure. Craig Lucas is behind him. We're not going to start Craig, but he will have exclusive focus training. And if Colt starts to struggle, considering he's on a 1-year franchise tag deal, we'll turn it over to Craig if we're not in a playoff position. Running back wise, I love Marquise Beverly. It might be the time to turn the team over. At least let Denzel Fields be number 1 and have Beverly as the backup. Corey Hill was a rando. Still got Jerry at fullback. Wide out wise, we're still fine. I mean, it'll be Hardwick, Burse, Andrews, Polk, and the other Andrews, and Ramon. We'll try to get Demetrius to develop. Again, tight end wise, we're still stacked with Pitts and William Ward. The O-line, we're fine. I mean, Cartwright, Rayleigh, we could get Jeff Beck in there. We got Blackburn, Kutcher, and Timmy Edwards. Still got Casey Austin on the D-line. Right edge, again, will be Taylor Woodard, who will be dropping down to edge. DT is, of course, Hugh Knighton. Superstar, Roman Johnson. And linebackers, again, Dominique Phelps is likely to still be traded to open up space because we have Porter, we have Weston, we have Connor Brown, and now Ben Leverette. So there will definitely be changes at linebacker. And in a corner, I don't know who will play where. But, I mean, we're stacked. Secondary, we're stacked. Keith Bernard could easily be traded. And then, of course, Nicky Espinoza. And then we're going to have to figure out who exactly will be the kicker and punter on this team. Again, we have draft picks heading into next year, which is great. I definitely didn't think we'd make it through a full season tonight. But given the fact that Harrison Butker is a free agent, given the fact that Michael Dixon is a free agent, I think at the very least we're going to bring back Harrison Butker. And we'll probably move Knox to punter for the season. But that's something we were missing last year, was the range that Harrison Butker possesses. We might have had a better season, given the result. The problem is, in terms of available funds, I don't know if I can bankrupt this team and lose because of that, but that might happen. Butker's still the #1 kicker in the league. We are apparently $15.3 million in the hole in terms of funds. So hopefully we can play tomorrow, is what I'm saying. Hopefully we can play, and hopefully I don't lose control of the team due to bankruptcy. That would be nice.